You got to get around others who are operating at that same frequency, because that's how the attraction works. Are you operating at a higher frequency, a higher level of vibration? Or are you fucking around with all these low vibration thoughts, low vibration people that are at a poor frequency? You may hear me use the term poor or poverty a lot. I'm not even actually referencing finances. I'm not. I'm talking about mindset. Like people who are poor financially, it's because they have a poor mindset. Oh wow, they're opening up the Sky Dome, like at the Rogers Center. I can see it through my window. The Blue Jays game today, so they're opening up. That's awesome. Sorry. Are you operating at a high frequency? See, like I've elevated my surroundings. I've gotten myself into places where I operate at a higher frequency. You got to get around others who are operating at that same frequency, because that's how the attraction works. Like if you're low vibration, low frequency, like always talking about your ailments, you know what I mean? Talking about poor health, talking about the weather, talking about, you know what I mean? All the bad circumstances, and talking about the news and stuff like that. Man, that's low vibration shit. You need to be operating at a higher vibration, at a higher frequency, at a higher level, a higher plane in your life if you want to attract these types of things into your life. Like if you want true wealth, like in the form of financial riches, in the form of good health, in the form of great relationships, in the form of fulfillment, that comes operating at a higher level, a higher frequency and a higher vibration. And that comes with gratitude and positivity. Like, can you maintain an attitude of gratitude and maintain true positivity and a positive outlook on the world? Like, is your perception truly positive and gracious? Or are you just trying to trick yourself into it by trying to, like, are you just fooling yourself by telling yourself that, you know what I mean? You are your higher self, you are at a higher level and a higher frequency? Because you need to be really honest with yourself and be able to do that assessment and really interpret whether or not you are. Like, and you can really figure that out by the types of things that are coming out of your mouth, the type of thoughts that are circulating in your head, like what kind of frequency you're at. Like if all you're talking about is like, oh, I got to pay my bills, or oh, I got to go to work, or oh, I got to this, versus like, I get to pay my bills, I get to go to work. Like, you know what I mean? There's differences and like they can be small differences, but they compound and make all the difference in the world. Like you need to be operating at that higher level, that higher frequency, that higher vibration. And you will start to attract and bring into your life people operating at similar frequencies. And like, that's where the true joy and true success and true love and experience comes from, is, you know what I mean, by being able to share in those types of thoughts and those feelings with other people that are experiencing relative thoughts and feelings. And these are higher vibration people. They're on a higher level, they're on a higher plane. They don't fuck around with all these mundane thoughts. They don't watch the news. They don't, you know, like I don't watch the news. I haven't watched the news since I was in jail. Like, and like, that's just because like, that's just what was on. Now, I don't watch the news. Like, even if I go into like a public gym, like a Good Life or something, like if the TV's on CP24, like I turn that shit off, because there's literally no good news on there. It's just bad news. And to be honest, like if something is going to affect me, I will know when it is actually affecting me. Not because somebody on the news told me about it. Like I might actually fuck around and attract that into my life, because my ability to attract and manifest is just through the roof, because I'm at a very heightened level. I am in touch with my higher self, and I operate at a higher frequency and a higher vibration. So I attract things into my life at a much faster rate. So I have to be very careful and more cognizant and conscious of what it is that I allow myself to be thinking about, and what kind of inputs are playing into my psychology, because, you know what I mean, I will ultimately manifest them so much faster. But I've become very conscious about not allowing, you know what I mean, that low frequency, that low vibration kind of shit to pull me down to that level. And like it's all plays into paradigms, like your beliefs and all that stuff. Like if you haven't read Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life by Bob Proctor, go and read it. Honestly, like it's gonna raise a level of awareness that's gonna be able to make shifts in you that are just out of this world. But ultimately, you need to be very conscious and cognizant of what vibration and what frequency you're operating at, what the people around you are operating at. Like whether it's in your personal relationships, intimate relationships, like if you work a job, you know what I mean, have a career, whatever, like the people that you're around and you allow to impact you know what I mean, are ultimately going to play into your vibration, your frequency. Like that's why they say like the rich keep getting richer. Well, yeah, because you know what I mean, the wealthy are around the other wealthy. And if they're consciously competent, not just unconscious competence, then they know what is played into their success and all the factors that go into it. And they now operate at a higher level, a higher frequency, and a higher vibration. And thus they attract those kind of people in those type of circumstances and things into their life. So they are relatively experiencing more success, right? So if you find yourself around low vibration people, they're pretty easy to spot. They're talking about all the wrong things. If you've got people like that in your life, you got to get rid of them. And like, not even just like, you know, you don't have to burn the bridge, but you need to consciously place them in a safe place. Like you got to put them in a box where you can interact with them from a place of safety where you're responding to them, not reacting, because it all plays into vibration and frequency. And once you can really tap in and become your higher self and operate at that higher level of frequency, that higher vibration, everything will begin to change for you. And it will happen at like exponential rates that you weren't, you know what I mean, previously familiar with. Like it's gonna happen a lot faster than you thought it was gonna happen. And like that plays into, like I said, the manifestation, the attraction, all of that stuff. Like it just starts to happen at way faster rates than, you know what I mean, when you're just operating at a low vibration, low frequency. Like, so you need to be very conscious of your frequency. This plays into the people that you're around, your surroundings. There's a multitude of things. And you can, I always, you know what I mean? Like, these are just suggestions. Like, no way trying to tell you how to live your life. But you may want to go and do a deeper dive and a deeper study into vibrations and frequencies and figure out how to tap into your higher self, your higher frequency, and your higher vibration. Now let's grow together.